Okay, so welcome to our first lab. We are creating our first lab. We are setting up our first network. Okay, so let's say this is a company, and the company is named AJ Everton Limited. AJ Everton Limited. So this company has two departments, or more than one department, but we have two departments for now. Okay, and these two departments are on different network. Okay, so this is HR department. They are on network 192.168.10.0/24. And we have accounting department. Accounting department, they are on network 172.16.20.0/24. Okay, and we have different systems connected to their switch. Okay, different systems on their host, different hosts. We have different users. We have Daniel, we have Ben, we have Ola, and the same thing with the accounting department. We have different users and we have a printer. So let's go and replicate this in the packet tracer to practice how this works in the real life. Okay, so this is our packet tracer. Let me quickly set this up. So according to the network diagram, we'll be needing two switches. So we click on switch. Let's bring out this switch, 2960 switch model. Very strong switch, I like it. Okay, so now we have to switch. We have three systems, right? At the accounting department side. Okay, so we have three systems and they are all connected to the switch. Okay, so we call this person Daniel, right? Daniel is the user that is using that system. Daniel. Okay, let me set up this at the background. Okay, so it remains the other side. They have two systems. If you want to edit this, just take your mouse very close to this and click. Then you can edit it. So let's call this our printer. Okay, just take your mouse very close, then edit. Samuel and Ali. So this is Samuel. And this is Ali. So let me set this up at the background. You can be setting your own up. If you need the notes, just pick these notes and put it here. This is 192.168.10.0/24. So that's your network. This is another network again. 192. No, this one is 172.20.0/24. So if you are done with the note, just press your escape key. Okay? Or you press this. I think we are done. We are almost done. Then we'll get started. So let's assign IP address to each of the hosts. So let's say this person will be using 10 dots. So it will be 192.168.10.5, for instance. This person will be on 192.168.10. Sorry, it's supposed to be another host. So IP address was assigned to each of the hosts. Daniel will be using 192.168.10.5, while Ola will be using 192.168.10.6, while Ben will be using .7. And at the same time, in the accounting department that are on network 172.16.20, printer will be using 172.16.20.5. Samuel will be using .6, while Ali will be using .7. Okay, if you remember our addressing class, if you remember what I explained here, this is the network they have in common. This is a network they have in common. It must not change. You must give it to everybody so that they can be on the same network. If you change any of this on any of the system, if you change any of these three on any of the system, that means it will not be able to communicate. So it is the last octet that will be changing, okay, since we are using /24. If you have not understood this addressing very well, go back to that class and watch it to understand better. Okay, so let's go and implement this on our packet tracer. So we said Daniel will be using desktop, we'll be using 192.168.10.5, right? Subnet mask. Then we close it. Let's go back to this guy. This guy will be using 192.168.10.6. Okay. While Ola will be using 192.7. Okay. 192.168.10.7. Okay. Let's do for this side. This side is a 172. The 172.16.20. So this one is using .5. This is the 255. Okay. So let me do for others and come back. So I just assigned IP address to each of the hosts on the network. Each of the hosts on the network. So now let's test if they are working. Let's test if they are working. So now let me chip this in here. Your job as a network professional is not to be drawing cable, pulling cable, doing all these menial jobs. That is not your job. Your job has nothing to do with drawing cable around and pulling cable through the ceiling, plugging into the switch. That is not your job. 95% of your job as a network engineer or as a network admin or as a network professional falls under these three categories. Okay, under these three rules. You must be able to set up or design a network. Okay, design means you coming up with the addressing scheme that we use for a network, that which IP address are we using, with the address will be enough, making recommendation of the kind of switch that will be used, making recommendation of the kind of the server that will be used, like a consultant. Okay, you are like a consultant. Okay, so we must be able to design a network, coming up with a network that will always make service available for a company, for their operation to always running. Okay, so that is your job. Your job has nothing to do with pulling cable around and all of that. Some people think when they say network engineer, it has to do with cabling, carrying cables around. drawing cable through the ceiling, through the wall, doing all these breaking the wall, doing all these sockets on the wall. No, that is not your job. Number 2 role you should be able to perform as a network person is to manage a network. Let's say company A is using Daniel as their network admin before. They now sack Daniel. They now employ you. So now you must be able to come over when they employ you to manage that existing network to continue where Daniel stopped. Okay, you must be able to enter a company, enter their network, an existing network, and understand the existing configuration that they have there and make changes or do whatever they ask you to do so that their business can keep running. That is your job as a network person. And number 3, your job is to be able to troubleshoot. You should be able to locate where fault is on a network. You should be able to locate where problem is on a network and solve the problem. That is the meaning of troubleshooting. Okay? 95, 96, 97% of your job will fall in this category. You have no business with all these cabling, cable drawing, cable pulling cable around. Okay, leave that one for the technician. There are cable technicians. If an organization is having cable problem, tell them they need to employ a cable technician. There are people that's what they do. All this cabling, fiber, you see them digging ground for fiber cable transmission and all of that. Okay, that is not your job. If you're trying to plug a switch and the cable is bad, tell the company this cable is bad, give me another cable. Then you continue your work on the switch or on the router or on the system. So take note, your job will always fall in these 3 roles. So now let's go and test if the network that we just set up is working. For us to test, you need a command called you need a feature called ping. Let me explain what pinging means. Pinging is just like we are in the same building, for instance, and you always like checking if I'm alive or not. Okay, maybe you want to bring food for me, so you want to check if I'm awake, if I'm alive, or if I'm dead. Okay, God forbid. So now systems do knock each other's door to check if their neighbor is alive or not by using what is called pinging. Okay, it's just like knocking my door. Hello, are you alive? And I answered, yes, I'm alive. Yes, I'm alive. Then you can continue to do whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to send me food. Maybe you want to send me money, or maybe you want to enter. Okay, so see pinging as computer knocking each other's door to know if their neighbors are alive. That's the purpose of pinging. So pinging is what we use in networking to test connectivity, to test if a system is reachable or not. So now let's go and apply this for you to see. So now we said Daniel is using IP address of 10.5. They are all on the same network 192.168.10, and Ola is on 192.168.10.7. Okay, so now let's go and ping Ola from Daniel. So go to the command prompt. If you want to access the command prompt of your system, just of your laptop, or just type Control R, then write CMD, press enter. This is the command prompt of my system, of my laptop right now. Okay, so that is how to do it in real life. So in our lab, just come here, come to the command prompt, and let's type ping. Just like ping. Okay, ping 192.168.10.7. okay, and press enter. Can you see? It said reply from 10.7, meaning Daniel is knocking 10.7 door and .7 is responding. Okay, and .7 is responding. From here, we ping Ola, and Ola was responding. Let's do it again. Okay, so let's go and remove IP address of Ola, or let's off the system if we can off it. Let's see if I can off it. Let me see if I can put it off. Yeah, I just put it off. Can you see it turns to red, right? It turns to red. That means Ola is dead now. So now, let me try to ping Ola again. Try to knock Ola's door. Can you see? He's not replying. He's dead. That means there is an issue on the network. So now this is where your jobs comes in, to come and troubleshoot what happened, to go and check whether Ola is alive, to go and check whether Ola's cable is the one that is giving issue. You replace the cable, you know, that is your job. So now, can you see that we can't reach it? There's no connectivity between Ola and Daniel. Okay, can you see? He's writing timeout. Whenever you see this, it means the recipient is not responding. The other side is not responding. So let's go and put it on back. Let's come here. This is the button. I just put it on now. And let's try again. Okay. Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. I think Ola is just coming up. It should pick up any moment. If it doesn't pick, we troubleshoot. We find out what happens. And what happens. Okay? Yeah, it has responded. Okay, all this place, it is just coming up. That is why you didn't pick immediately. Now Ola is back. That means it is working. It is working. Okay? That's how to test connectivity. So you can come to Ben as well and check on Daniel. Ping, that's a 10.5, right? Let's ping Daniel from Ben. 192.168.10.5. We are pinging Daniel. Daniel is alive. Ben can reach Daniel. So everybody on this network can reach one another. So they are fine. The reason why we didn't do anything on the switch for now is because a switch is designed to forward data by default, okay, to whatever devices you connected to it. By default, it will forward packet to it. It will forward the frame. It will forward traffic to it. So by default, all these devices are connected and all the addresses are correct. Then automatically the switch will forward packet to them. A switch will forward packet to them. So that is that. Let's go and check our accounting department as well, if they can reach one another. Let's say Ali want to print. Let's see if Ali can print. Okay, your job is not to print. Your job is to ensure reachability between two systems. Okay, printer is using 20.5, while Ali is using 20.7. So let's ping printer from Ali. Ping 172.116.16.20.5. the printer now. It means Ali can print. Your job is not to fix the printer. If the printer is having issue, you should go and call the printer man to fix it. It's not your problem. It's not your issue at this moment. Your job is to ensure connectivity, okay, between hosts. That is your job, okay, which you have done perfectly now. So now, let's say you agree with me that these are two different departments in the same company, and they are on different, these departments are on different LAN. So now let's say Ola in accounting, in a HR department, want to be making use of the printer in the accounting department, how will that happen? How can you create connectivity between Ola and the printer? They are on a different network. If you bring a cable and plug this switch together, okay, if you bring a cable and plug the two switches together, let's see if Ola can reach a printer's IP address, which is a 20.5, right? Printer's IP address is 20.5. So let's go to Ola and ping the printer and see if it will work. Let's say ping 172.16.20.5. Let's see. It's not working. Can you guess the reason why? It is not working. It is not working. It will not work. It will not work. It will not work. Can you see? It's timing out. Okay? 20.5 is not responding. It can't reach the printer. So even if we delete this cable, if we delete this cable, bring another switch. Bring another switch here and still connect, do connection. Okay. So you can see the light is changing from red to amber color, then from amber to green. Okay. What is happening at that moment is the switches are trying to learn one another. They are trying to do introduction and all of that. Then once you see green, then they are ready to forward data. They are ready to forward data. They are ready to forward frame. Okay, so it is now in green color, right? That means we can now start sending data through them. Okay. Whenever you see amber color and you see red color, there is an issue on the network. That is the meaning. So we engineers, we normally pray that we should be seeing green. Green used to give us rest of mind that everything is working. So now we've brought another switch. Let's try if Ola can still reach the printer. Let's see. If you understand what we've been teaching before, since what I have been explaining to you, you should know the reason why this thing is not working. It will not work. Ola cannot print. Ola cannot reach the printer. Okay? For this to work, you need a device called router. That's the answer to our issue, our challenge. They said we should not call it problem again. The answer to our challenge, the problem on the network right now, can only be solved by a device called router. So let's bring our router. This router, let's bring it here. Router, welcome. Let's connect it. Let's connect our router. Let's connect our router. Now, we just connected our router. Can you see? Everything is red. It will remain red. Okay? So let's see, we have connected our router, right? And it's not turning green. So let's try if Ola can reach the printer. It's not still working. It is not still working. It is not working. Okay? It is not working. Ola cannot reach the printer. Ola cannot reach the printer even after we have brought our router. Okay? So now, there are one or two things you need to do on the router for this to work, and you will also do one or two things on your host for this to work. I will show you how to do this in the next class.